Hey kids, in this video we are leaving Portland, Oregon. I set up a few cameras and forgot to plug in my microphone, so you guys get a little voiceover introduction. Pay attention to the story that I tell about the dog that I see when I'm really tired, because at the end of the video, the craziest thing happened, and it still gives me goosebumps now, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. And let's get to it, huh? All right, welcome to Portland. Actually, we're leaving Portland. All right, I'm gonna get going here in a little bit. I've got all 3 cameras running. So hopefully we'll have some cool video, and if not, somebody living on the streets of Portland's going to get a new GoPro camera. Oh, let's hope not. We are going back to Reno, empty trailer, and should be some pretty easy driving. So let's go. Just got the truck washed. Like I said, we gonna pass through downtown Portland there. I don't like just taking the 5, and it's closer for me to, I don't know if it's actually closer. It's definitely more scenic to go the way that I'm going. The camera angles that I have one off the hood shooting forward. I have another one shooting passenger side. There's a bridge that I crossed over the, I'm not sure what river that is. It's not the Columbia. Is it the Columbia? Or a Willamette or something? Man, for as much as I'm like chilling in Oregon and all that, as much as I drive around here, and the millions of miles of experience I have, and I don't know what river that is. Oh well. My allergies are absolutely killing me with the fires we've been having. You know, there's so much smoke in the air and just dust and nastiness and stuff, and like that's funny, like all my air conditioning filters, like at home and stuff, are absolutely packed. Even the cabin air filter here in the truck, I changed that last week, and it was an absolute mess. This little on-ramp here, it's kind of dumb because you get over here and then you come up to a stop sign and rough road, and you can't really see traffic. Now I've got a little wing mirror here, but sometimes I pop open this door and have myself a gander. They had a heat wave out here 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and it's funny because on some of the news reports they were saying like there was some significant road damage, and I believe them because, you know, just getting on that little ramp right there the last couple weeks, it's gotten really bumpy. You know, it's starting to get potholes and stuff. So yeah, global warming for you. It's bad times, especially if you're a road. So I was kind of hoping to get out of here a little earlier and have better lighting, because you know, I pass over this bridge there in Portland all the time. You can look down on the river that I have no clue what the name of. Man, I'm definitely qualified to be a truck driver. But it's really cool, you know, you get to see the container ships and stuff, and I don't know, I just like seeing that.
Portland's actually a pretty nice little city. It's a bustling metropolis. But yeah, everything's green, and except for right now, everything's kind of brown and littered with homeless. I'm gonna wind up retracting every statement that comes out of my mouth tonight. And my allergies are killing me. I've been holding back a sneeze for the last hour. I'm afraid that if I sneeze, I won't stop. I'll wind up sneezing an hour straight. And that's what happened to me a couple nights ago. I started sneezing, and it went on for probably 2 or 3 hours. Actually, to be more specific, where I turn off at Eugene and go over the mountains on the Highway 58, it's I think 100 miles before I get to the 97, and I sneezed the entire Willamette Pass. Oh, we've got, I think it's a full moon. It's pretty damn close to a full moon tonight. So I'm not sure which camera will pick it up. Probably the one on the nose of the truck there. But yeah, we gonna get you guys a little bit of a video. We are running empty, and my truck here, good old 1980, is one badass truck right now. It's light. We're coming up on that bridge on the 405. There's downtown Portland right there. Hope you guys can see it. But yeah, talking about the rule that I'm breaking. My dad taught me this many years ago. And that is, never remove your wallet while you're driving, for one. And don't sit on your wallet. It's bad for your butt, bad for your back. Throws you out of alignment. Coming across a bridge. I don't know what the name of the bridge is, but it is a bridge. It is in Portland, and we are on the upper deck of the bridge. To our right, there's Montgomery Park. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I hope the video turns out okay. There's enough little light here. Speed limit's a little slow, but you know, I want you guys to see what's going on out here. See what's going on in the neighborhood. So, yeah, this is just going to be a little bit of a driving video. I don't want to leave the cameras on the hood for too long. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a driving video, driving through Portland here. And I'll probably stop. Let's turn my red lights on. There's a red light rambling here. So, years ago, and this is probably my first or second year I was at KReno. For me, I don't drink coffee. I do energy drinks a little bit too much. I'm addicted to sugar. But for me to stay awake and keep awake, the best thing that I have found is just water. Just drink water, cold water, and I'm good to go. But there are limits to how much I can be awake. And I remember this one time I was pushing myself. I was driving across, I want to say South Dakota. Yeah, I think it was. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and KReno at the time was pushing drivers to, hey, don't drive between midnight and 5 a.m. because we're getting too many accidents. And at that time, they even tried to push and say, hey, if you're driving between midnight and 5 a.m., we're gonna write you up. And yeah, that lasted about a week, and the customers started complaining, and and those of us that were lease operators, we're like, yeah, we can't do it. You want your truck back? You know, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people did quit over it too. But I remember it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't seen this in a while, which is a good thing. But when I'm really tired, I'll be driving along. It's a quiet little freeway or whatever, and just out of the corner of my eye, I'll see a dog. And, you know, he won't be on the shoulder, but he'll be, you know, just kind of off in the bush, you know, maybe looking at the road, and it'll be like, hey, a dog. And I'll be cruising along, and maybe an hour later, he'll be sitting on the shoulder, and I'll pass by and I'm like, wow, it looked like the same kind of dog. And, you know, I don't realize it, that I'm getting more tired, and that dog will be sitting on the fog line. And at night, anything that's sitting on the fog line, like, there's nothing worse than when you're driving through a city and there's a homeless person walking down the fog line, and I mean, you just see their head go by the mirrors. Oh, that's happened way too many times, and I want to even mention a lot of my friends in the trucking industry have had similar things. But yeah, just something on the fog line. You know, a deer. You come around a turn and there's a deer standing there, waiting to commit suicide. That'll kind of shock you, you know, and it'll be like, whoa, there's a fucking dog on the fog line. And it's funny because when he's on the fog line, I recognize who the dog is. I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Shaggy DA. That movie, I purposely refuse to Google what the dog breed is. It's probably like English sheep dog or something like that. I don't know. But I don't want to know. It's just, this dog has saved my life so many times when I've been really tired. But, you know, he'll be sitting on the fog line and it's like, hey, it's a Shaggy DA. And if I push myself a little bit further, I'll be driving along, and just at the end of my headlights, he'll cross the road. And it's enough to, you know, I'll be like, oh, what the fuck, you know, and I'll shut off the cruise control and roll down the window and, you know, blast the AC a little bit, cool myself down, drink some water. If I push myself even further than that, there's this one time, and it only happened once, and thank God it was the last time, but my little my Shaggy DA hallucination, right at the end of my headlights, he was sitting in the road facing me. And you know, I love animals. Like, if there was a dude standing in the middle of the road just staring at me, I'd run him clean over. I wouldn't even hesitate. But a dog, it ain't gonna happen. I'm kidding. Although I do have a very effective guard on the front of this truck. Crowd control. So yeah, this dog would be sitting in the middle of the road, and he'd stand up and walk off, and that would be my warning that, oh crap, I need to just stop this truck before I get hurt or hurt anybody. So yeah, I've never looked up what that dog is, and I haven't seen him in years. Thankfully, I'm an owner-operator. I set my own schedule. I don't pressure myself that much. I never do any of these exempt loads that, you know, the government's telling truckers, yeah, go ahead and don't worry about e-logs. Drive all the way across the country. You know, it's too risky. I wouldn't do it. That and the way that I'm doing this game now is I'm comfortable. You know, I've got my nice GPS here. I've got my e-logs by OmniTrax. I keep my truck clean. You know, you guys just seen me wash it. You know, every once in a while I try to polish things, and the way that I'm doing things now, I am not you know, I've got a California compliant truck. I've never had that before. And, you know, state of California, with the weaponizing the California Air Resources Board, they can put you out of business hardcore. So I do things differently now. I get plenty of rest. I do have a CPAP machine. I sleep pretty good on that. I do idle my truck a little bit too much because I do like my air conditioning. But yeah, that's how I'm doing things right now, as I'm suffering with allergies. I really hope this video turns out okay. You know me, I like to ramble too. So hopefully you guys got to see a little bit of Portlandia over here. We're a little bit south of town now, coming up on about 13 miles from that TA. And I'm willing to bet that this TA has a Popeye's chicken. And at 9:27 at night, I'm thinking about Popeye's chicken. Oh, I can't do it. I'm fat enough. I do have a little food on the truck. Today I made a couple little. It's like a panini, but I use the pizza ingredients. So I do a little meat sauce ragu, a couple slices of cheese, pepper, salami, pepperoni, ham. I put it on a tortilla and make myself a little flat burrito, and I grill it on my little two burner. I don't know, it's not a burner. It's the smallest Foreman grill. It's like a 2-patty Foreman grill. I grill it on that and brown the sides real good. You know, it cooks both sides at the same time. It melts the cheese on the inside, and I got myself a fancy little quick little pizza right there. I'm sure it's not good for me, but it keeps me out of the truck stop, because every goddamn time I whip out my debit card to pay for something at the truck stop, $15. You know, I get 2 sodas, I get, you know, whatever yummy I want to kill myself with, and go from there. But yeah, I think my average every time I'm at a truck stop is about $15. And between Portland and Reno, there's a couple dozen truck stops, maybe. You know, in some of the areas there's not too many truck stops, especially when you hit the 97 and start going south, because there's a truck stop in Camalta, Oregon. There's a truck stop in Klamath Falls, and that's it until you get to Reno. But here on the 5 between Portland and Eugene, when I cut across, there's plenty of truck stops you can. And I sleep at a truck stop. I sleep at the Jubitz truck stop. I kind of like the place, but you know, these friggin', you know, as much as I make as an owner operator, it enables me to go to any truck stop anytime, any restaurant, and just pig out. And I think once I get a hold of my dietary problem, you know, back it down a little bit, take care of myself a little bit better, I really think it'll help my bottom line. You know, as much as I'm spending out here, you know, I never go home really, and I don't make my own meals, and I don't get home cooked meals and all that, so I rely on fast food, and it's not a good habit. It really isn't. There's a lot of things in my life that's just kind of a bad habit. I really wish I had regular problems like regular people, like drugs. Oh God, I'd love to have a drug problem. Wow, that would be so easy to fix. I joke about that a lot, but you know, nobody's sending Fat Boy to Passages Malibu to hang out with Lindsay Lohan and play piano and look at the beach and talk about my feelings. Wait a second. I'm doing that right now. Oops. I hope you enjoyed my little leaving Portland video, my little escaping Portland video. If I get a chance, maybe later in the week, and I don't have an empty trailer or something, I'll set up the cameras and drive around some of the areas that I know there in Portland where it's just the homeless people have taken over. I don't mean to say that in a disparaging way. I know that they're struggling and they've got their problems and stuff, and the city is sick. The city itself is sick, and it's all down to management and politics and stuff like that, and it's really sad to see people suffer like that. But on the other hand, it's disgusting, and we shouldn't. We're supposed to be the best country in the world, and to have people living in there's certain areas that it looks like a Bounder motorhome convention or a wrecking yard. Just stuff up on blocks, and it's sad. While I still got a little bit of battery here, I want to tell you guys one of my biggest fears is becoming homeless like that, because most of those people, they have drug habits, or they have schizophrenia, or they have an issue where family abandons them. And for me, my parents are dead, and my marriage failed and all that stuff. So I've been homeless. So I get really worried sometimes that I could fall down that path and just wind up on the streets. That's why I avoid drugs like you wouldn't believe. Even alcohol and stuff. My drug of choice is trucking and poor diet. That's my life. But yeah, I see the homeless people out here, and I can relate. Whatever circumstances brought them to the situations that they're in right now. It's a lot of people try to say that it's all within your control, and you're in complete control of your emotions and all that stuff. And it's like it's not like that for everybody. I'm sorry. You can be skinny and Mr. praise the Lord and all that bullshit, but real life, there's a lot of people out here like me who aren't necessarily broken, but we're bent. And whether that be just the lifestyles that we live and the stuff we believe and just there's a lot of broken people, and there's a lot of just bent people. I don't mean that in a bad way or anything. It's just I've got a few dents. So I am gonna clock off here, and hopefully this video has been okay for you. I'm just kind of rambling on it. Anyway, I thank you for watching. I will catch you later. So I just had something kind of weird happen. In my Portland video that I filmed a few hours ago, leaving Portland, heading back to Reno, I stopped in Merrill, Oregon, which is where I'm at right now, taking a 30-minute break. I'm done with my 30-minute break. I'm actually at 35 minutes right now. And in this video, I talked about a dog that I used to see when I was tired. And I just seen him. Like literally, I looked out the friggin' door here and he was walking across the street. I'm going to show you a picture just so I know I'm not crazy. But I just think of what a friggin' coincidence it was that I spent 20 minutes rambling about this friggin' dog, and I see him. And I took a picture with my cell phone. It might not be a good picture. I actually took 2 pictures. And I'll just add them to this little update video, and I don't have time to plug in my microphones or anything, so hopefully this is working. Yeah, crazy.